You can walk at your own pace, whatever that might be. You can almost go into a walking trance if you want to. At least regards your walking. The pace you walk is completely up to you. If you want to take a nap at lunchtime, you can. There's no one to consult with. You can do exactly what you like. In general, solo hikers hike a lot quicker than a group of hikers. So if you want to travel over longer distances, it's better to do it solo. Solo hikers are usually quieter than a group, so you tend to see more wildlife on the trail. The downside of hiking solo, you have no one to share those special moments on the trail, especially emotional moments which can't be captured with a camera. If something goes wrong, there's no one to ask. You're it. You have to make the decisions. I read a comment on my Facebook page the other night. Someone was commenting that they got lost and it was getting towards dark. What should they do? And most people said, well, just pitch your tent, and then in the morning when it's light, you can decide which way you're going to go. Now for me, I'm the sort of person that probably wouldn't work for me as a solo hiker. I wouldn't have a very good sleep that night because I would be thinking about where I was. Am I going to find the right trail in the morning or whatever? I just wouldn't have a very good sleep. So that's another point with solo hiking. It depends on how you perceive things and how you handle things when they don't go according to the plans that you have. There's no one to share the load with. You can't split your pack up. Someone can't carry the gas stove and you carry the gas. Someone can carry the tent and you could carry the poles and pegs. Split the load up so you don't have to carry so much weight. You may not have the mental stamina to hike on your own or be comfortable with long periods of isolation on the trail. Is hiking in a pair. That's what I like the most. Now there's a problem there straight away, is finding someone to hike with. Now your significant other, partner, wife, they may not be on the same page as you. My wife certainly isn't. When she first saw my tent, my one-man tent I pitched in the garden before I tried it out, she took one look at it and said, that looks like a bloody coffin. There's no way I would be sleeping in anything like that. So I thought, oh well, no point asking her to come hiking with me then. And she never has. She's not that type. That's nothing wrong with that. That's not her bag. So that's one thing, is trying to find someone who has the same values or is on the same page as you. And that is a problem. As a couple, You can share decisions, but you don't have to have that group dynamics of a large group when everybody has to be in on that decision. When there's only two of you, decisions are a lot easier to make. And if you're hiking with a long-term partner, obviously the memories you have on some hikes, some of those great memories, you can share for years to come. So I believe that's another great feature of hiking in pairs as a couple. When you're hiking as a couple, it's a lot easier to set the ground rules. You don't necessarily have to hike together all the time. You may decide to, and that's fine. You may decide to just meet up at lunch times, or you may go to the other extreme and decide just to meet up at night when you get to camp, so you have some alone time as well. Or, as I say, you may decide to hike together all day and chatter, but it's entirely up to you. You can set the program a lot easier when there's only two of you on the hike. And the last one, when you're hiking as a couple, and this obviously depends on how close you are as a couple, you've always got someone to keep you warm at night on a cold night. Now that sounds pretty good to me. But as I say, if you find someone who has the same, similar or the same likes and dislikes to you, likes to hike the same type of distances, you roughly do the same pace, and maybe the certain hikes that you want to go on, you agree on that as well. Now if you find someone like that, you have to hang on to them, because that's a pretty difficult situation to achieve. I have hiked in groups. Obviously I've hiked solo because I don't have a choice. If I wait for someone to come with me, I'm never going to go on a hike. But my choice would be to hike as a couple. I think that's where you get the most benefits, for me anyway, unless you like the solitude or you absolutely like hiking in groups.